And now at this point, I want to talk about the finals night. And in a previous interview, you said that you only realized that you actually have a shot at winning when Julia Morley announced your name, Puerto
Yes.
Rico, as Miss World. So why is it so?
Because uh, at Miss World, there are so many incredible women that go. It's my year, we were 117 total. That's a huge number of contestants, and everyone has these amazing backgrounds. Like some girls are doctors, some girls are lawyers, some girls are actresses, some contestants, have been working with their charity since they were 5 years old. Everybody has these incredible qualities that you might look at yourself and be like, oh wow, I don't have that, so she's probably going to be Miss World and I won't. And
Mhm.
there was a lot in my mind. There was a lot of comparison, which is bad for anyone who's competing in a pageant. That's really bad. Don't compare with anybody. You're amazing the way that you are.
Mhm.
um, so in that moment, and as well, like the fast tracks, like we were talking about before, I didn't place in any. I thought Miss World was a lot more like point system based. I didn't know enough beforehand, probably, actually.
Mhm.
So I thought it was a lot more point system, and I didn't feel like I had enough points to even reach the top 20. So that's why I reacted in the way that I do when Julia says Puerto Rico, because
Yes.
I genuinely had no idea that I could even win.
Yeah. And I'm flashing right now your reaction. So what was running through your mind during this moment?
Um, it was like holy beep. Was this going through my because I even now I get like speechless sometimes because it's still
Mhm.
so incredible to me that I was able to achieve this. And in that first moment, um, uh, I was looking like the stages, the cameras are this way. So on my right was my whole family was sitting in the front row
Mhm.
from the very beginning of the show. That's the tickets they bought. They were like the first to buy tickets. I don't know how. They were sitting in the front row, and when Julia says Puerto Rico, the first thing that I see is my brother jump out of the chair with the flag, and then I see my whole family like screaming, and then I hug Catriona, I hug
It's Kenya.
Evelyn,
Kenya.
yeah, I hug Evelyn, and I'm walking, and I'm like, what is even happening right now? And even like after the show ended, the whole organization was laughing because there's like we've never seen a Miss World walk so quickly to get the crown. I think we were afraid someone was gonna like take it away from you.
Uh,
and and I'm literally like almost running to the front of the stage, and I see, I go in the triangle, I see people, I wave, it was like I was just feeling every single emotion that you could feel. I was happy, I was anxious, I was like overjoyed, I was excited, I was like every single. Even now, I think you can tell when I'm talking about it. There's
yeah.
just I was feeling literally every every single thing, and when Maria put the crown on my head, first she congratulates me in Spanish, which is something I like never forget. She's like, "Felicidades, bella," and I'm like, "Oh my god, thank you." um, and when I finally get that crown on my head, I'm like, "Oh my god!" All the cameras, they all had red lights, which
Mhm.
is not something that normally happens. So I didn't even know where to look, and I was what I was really thinking was like, I did it. Like I did it. Like what the heck? I did this.
Yes. I want to ask Stephen because Stephen was there to witness
Uh,
the event. So how was the feel inside the arena when Stephanie was crowned?
it's really crazy because I think it was um, the arena is either composed of fans from the Latino group and the Philippines. And
Yeah.
I'm sure that Stephanie would vouch to that because there are so many Filipinos who really went there to cheer for the Philippine bet, Catriona Gray. Now, guys, I
Mhm.
have pronounced the name right because people are always making fun of the way I pronounce Catriona's name. um, Catriona was really big during that time. I remember because I was the one writing all those
Mhm,
articles
of
for
course.
the hot picks, blah blah blah. And there's the Latino group. So when Stephanie was called as a winner, it was like a victory for all the Latinos there. It was like all the Puerto Rico, Puerto
Yeah.
Rico. That's what I remember. I remember that people were shouting Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico, and me, I was busy taking photos at the same time. My job. So, but I remember the Puerto Rico thing being
Yeah.
shouted by everyone there, and it seems like all the other Latin countries who are not from Puerto Rico as well
Mhm.
were also
Yeah.
like shouting Puerto Rico,
Yeah.
and that's
I
it.
think.
That's the vague memory I have of the everything was just so mixed, and I have to take photos, and I had to
Mhm.
check my internet as well. It's just how it was.
Yeah, I
Crazy.
think
It's
the
really
arena was actually like 45% Filipinos and 45% Puerto Rican, and then everything else was everyone else. Like that last 10% was everyone else. Because I know at least like from the people that I know, I was really lucky that since Puerto Rico is so close to Washington,
that's
and
true.
since we're part of the United States, you don't need a visa to get there. Um, I had a lot of people like of my family and my friends that went to support me. Like when the chaperones were asking, like, "Oh, how many tickets should we separate for you?" All the other girls from my team were like, "Oh, I only need like two for my parents that are coming," or "Oh, I only need like the one for my license holder." Um, and when they were like, "Oh, Puerto Rico, how many do you need?" I was like, 50. And they're like, "Excuse me?" I was like, "Yeah, I need 50 tickets." Oh wait, no, make that 55.
Mhm.
Because I had so many people that were coming, and that was just people that I knew. And then the fact that a lot of Puerto Ricans actually live in Washington and obviously throughout all the United States, so they were able to go without a problem. So aside from my family, I think there were like 100 other Puerto Ricans that went to support me that I didn't even know. So it was crazy in that moment when, because right before Julia announces my name as well, they're chanting Puerto Rico, Puerto.
Yeah,
That was my
Yes.
family because
I
my
could
family,
hear it.
yeah, my family was in the first row, so they were the closest to the mic. I think that's why you can hear it on the actual
Uh-huh.
show. They were Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico, and that was also a really good feeling because I was like, in my mind, I was like, get prepared to not hear Puerto Rico. Like you're hearing Puerto Rico, everybody chant, get ready to not hear it. That's what went through my head.
Mhm.